Hi, this is Group 14. For our final project in DIFD, we chose to study an organization called Gyan Shala. Gyan Shala is an Indian NGO that aims to develop a new system of solutions for delivering basic primary education to poor urban and rural families. The organization has run an ICT project in more than 40 primary schools in Gujarat in the years of 2003 to 2007 in order to test the efficiency of ICT usage in this environment. Since the program stopped almost 3 years ago and wasn't prolonged, we talked to the Gyan Shala organization to find out about their experiences. Let's now first listen to what one of the Gyan Shala executives is saying about the scope of the program and how they get financed.
We have 4 different programs. One is our elementary program that is for grade 1 to grade 3. Then we'll have a middle school program that is for grade 4 to grade 7. We are also working with the government, but we have some problems with that program, so we are hoping that will revive within a short period.
And the data which you are collecting from outside India, right?
No, that is not the data.
No, like the curriculum.
That is the curriculum.
So this curriculum is also from the slum areas? Or from
we are working for them only. So what actually we are, my people just download the curriculum, they try to understand the important component of the curriculum. What are the different topics like Australian curriculum has in science or like US curriculum has, and whether these topics are relevant to Indian situation or not, or how we can modify one of those things.
What's your main source of financing?
Like we're getting funds from the different sources, like we have a private as well as government funding. Like our elementary program is getting up to last year we are getting support from the 50% is getting support from the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, it's the government of India scheme.
Okay.
And the rest of the funds we are generating from the MSCA Foundation and other foundation like that. Like we are working in different, like we are working in Patna also. So we are getting that fund from some other sources.
Now listen to Pankaj Chain, the head of the Gyan Shala organization, who carried out the research on the efficiency of the ICT program in these years.
Our project is very important and we provide to the children the best possible education that is available in any other school. And when we started the project in 2000, we were clear that there was sort of buzz in the air about ICT and so on and so forth. So we actively sought an opportunity to experiment what can be done with the ICT in our school setting. So we applied and won a World Bank grant, it's a competitive grant, in which we were supposed to develop an appropriate software which can be, and the characteristic of the software was to be that it must complement the class transaction. So normally it should not be a standalone software. It must be an educational software which gets linked to what gets done in the classroom. That was a distinctive vision. Second thing, we also wanted to find out a low-cost solution. So what we have found out a software which will allow 2 children to work on the same computer independently. Whether you want to use ICT as a teaching device or you want to use ICT as a learning device.
Okay.
First of all, that has to be differentiation. When it is used as a teaching device, it's not the same as a learning device. So we want to use that as a learning device and not a teaching device. So if it is a learning device, then the teacher need not play a significant part.
Rephrase your previous sentence about the ICT value. So can we say like this, ICT didn't add much value while in the school programs?
ICT did not add much value.
But it did add some cost.
Let's see, first of all, understand what was our ICT program. It was not a standalone program. It was probably the first time that I am aware of where the program was designed which will complement the class transaction. So it will go along with as the curriculum progresses. Now there are not many software programs which are designed to do that. Okay. So in sense it was a more sophisticated sort of use of ICT in the classroom. Normally ICT is a standalone learning program which children perform. They are not complemented, they are not organized in a manner that they will always follow what is happening in the class. It is expensive. Though we made it very low cost, relatively speaking, compared to others, it was still fairly expensive program compared to our cost. So I'm not convinced that it is cost effective. I think we can always find out lower cost solutions which will be far more effective than application of ICT in the class. I am sort of convinced, and of course did the background reading in the research, etc. So looking at what was happening in these countries, as well as the research which has come out, and I'm talking about the research which is now 5-year-old, because things keep on changing. So what I am telling you is my knowledge which is 5-year-old.
Okay.
It does not represent current literature development, etc. Okay.
That's why I'm asking, if the situation might have changed.
So I don't know, but I would be, but projecting what I knew, projecting the process of learning, etc. I would be surprised that ICT would add to the quality of learning in a well-run school system.
Overall, Pankaj Jain was not convinced about the usefulness of this program because he doubts the effectiveness and the cost efficiency. However, since the program dates 3 years back, the situation might have changed. 2 weeks after our meeting at Gyan Shala office, we went outside to meet some of the teachers who were involved in the project. As you will see, both children and teacher had positive experiences with the project.
अभी जैसे आपने इम्प्लीमेंट किया था 4 years back, तो आप क्या सोचते हैं कि वो यूजफुल था कि कैसे था? उसने कुछ हेल्प किया
इनके क्लास में
कि उनको उस कंप्यूटर्स का कुछ फायदा हुआ स्टूडेंट्स को, आपको या किसी और को, या कुछ भी नहीं था कि इट वाज पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव?
लेकिन मैंने 3 दिन ही बच्चों को पढ़ाया है।
अच्छा, वो 3 दिन में आपको क्या लगा कि?
नहीं, उसमें तो अच्छा लगा था, बच्चे अच्छे कर रहे थे, उनको जो माउस पकड़ के जो कर रहे थे वो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था। गिन के उनको गिनना तो आता ही है जरा, लेकिन कंप्यूटर में देख के उनको क्लिक करना है, वो उनको ज़्यादा अच्छा लग रहा था। उससे वो पढ़ भी रहे थे और उनका अच्छा लग रहा था, उन्हें बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था।
और आपने क्या मैडम देखा इसमें?
उनको बहुत स्कूल में आने की इच्छा भी होती है कि वो
कंप्यूटर
जैसे कि भी हम कंप्यूटर सीख रहे हैं,
खेलेंगे।
जो वाले होते हैं, जो पेरेंट्स होते हैं, वो भी बहुत हम खुश रहे कि भी बच्चे कंप्यूटर सीख रहे हैं, इसलिए क्लास की भी एनवायरनमेंट बहुत अच्छा रहता है।
So, finally, let's have a look at one of the schools in Islam in Ahmedabad where the project was formally implemented.
इतनी बदबू आती है?
नहीं, अभी चलने के लिए इतना रास्ता है। अभी देखो खाली गाड़ियाँ निकलने के लिए इतना रास्ता है।
जाइए कोई बात नहीं। करा दो, जाइए आप।
नमस्ते। You can keep learning. It's more important. It's okay.